Matthew Pavlich to change, to not play? I guess nothing's changed this morning.
Yeah, I think what I said is he failed his cog state until it has been a change. He set his cog state and passed it, so now I'm preparing for him to play.
So he might line up.
Well, he'd failed his cog state, retested today, passed his cog state, so from here there's no reason he shouldn't play, as long as he doesn't become symptomatic later in the week. So it'd be a contingency from here. Yeah, so now we're planning for him to play. It's a roller coaster ride, isn't it? You know, so.
So what happens when they fail one of them, Ross? How long do you leave until you do it?
In all honesty, I've got no idea. I know Nick Rewalt did one on the day of the game. He was pretty desperate to play. So I think, you keep doing it until you pass them. So, he's in good shape. I don't get involved in the technicalities, except there's some protocols. You pass them or you don't, and so he's passed them, he's available.
A bit was made of the fact that he got a head knock against St Kilda.
Yeah.
He suffered no ill effects from that, did he?
Not that I'm aware of, if you're aware of something. Yeah.
No, I was just wondering, a bit was made of the fact that he had two.
Yeah, who made a bit of it?
Oh, the TV.
Us as a club, or
no, the TV comment.
Our doctor?
No.
Oh, TV commentators.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think it'd be relevant. Yeah, I mean we treat all our players with the utmost care. We've got a real responsibility, so it's certainly topical, isn't it? Concussion, but I'd think we're well best practice. We're very good, the AFL. We've got really super qualified doctors and experienced doctors. And Ken Withers, Matthew Pavlich is like a son to Ken Withers, isn't he? He's been there 16 years with him, so I'd suggest it would be on the conservative side, if anything. So if he's cleared him to play, I'm really confident he'll play.
Do you need to see anything more from Matthew? I notice he's out on the track now.
A few more goals would be nice.
Between now and getting on the plane tomorrow, do you need to see anything more from him?
Yeah, I need to see him train and feel good. And so, look, we'll take emergencies. We always take a couple of travelling emergencies. If there's needs to be a late change, we'll make it. But, but to answer the question, he's passed his cog state. He'll train. We'll pick him to play. It's been a change in 24 hours. And, all the noise around it and all conjecture and hypotheticals doesn't really interest me, unfortunately.
Chris Scott said yesterday it's one of the most important games on Saturday. Would you say the same thing?
I'd concur, because he's trying to get a starting position. Clearly, two clubs have secured their finals berth. Regardless if we lose every game from here, we're going to play finals. So from here, it's about trying to get your best position, and double chance is really coveted. So therefore, when you're playing someone around you, and are they second on the ladder? I think they're second on the ladder, third. So they're above us, and so they're marginally better performed for the year. It makes it a really important game. Every moment, every training session, and every 4 points available is critical. So I'd concur with that. It's a really important game.
You obviously beat them in Geelong for the qualifying final last year. I mean, will you be taking that kind of confidence in?
Look, it's a long time ago. I'd love to say it counts, and I wish it did, but unfortunately it doesn't. So we'll both start equal. We've won, 9 of our last 10 or 10 of the last 11. I know there's been some slight hiccups along the way, but winning form's good form. They played a very good team last week in North Melbourne and got over the line. It certainly wasn't a perfect performance by them, but the week we played Carlton wasn't perfect, but it was a hard edge performance and a great deal of willpower to get across the line. So, and Carlton beat North quite convincingly. So I think we've played some opposition that stack up. We'll have a pretty good team going down there, and I expect, and our players expect, us to stand up under the fiercest heat. That's what we're trained and designed ourselves for a long time. We've proven we can do it. We just need to do it again. So our footy character will be tested, but we're in any time, anywhere, any one team, and that's the mantra and attitude we'll be taking down, and that's how I'll be approaching it as a leader of the group.
Would you go so far as to say it's a showdown for a top 2 finish this weekend?
Well, I don't think you have to be a genius to work out it's a critical part of that equation.
Were you surprised to see Johnson get off last night, or did you think he probably would?
Nothing surprises me in the AFL. Nothing.
What's your thinking with Michael Walters?
Pardon?
What's your thinking with Michael Walters?
Yeah, I've certainly put it. Yeah, I think I've declared we'd love to play him, and I played Stephen Baker 14 weeks out straight into a grand final in Collingwood, and he was magnificent. So Sun could do that, but to be fair to him, and we've got some time up our sleeve really to do the right thing by him. He'll play in the Waffle this week, so I implore everyone to get down and watch him, and hopefully we'll be able to select him on form the week after. But what's really important, we've got some really good players and performances in Peel that we need to reward as well, so it's difficult, but the conservative side is he'll play at Peel.
He looked like he was training the house down yesterday.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Putting some pressure on you?
People talk about turnaround stories, and we all know the story, but it's more than a 360. It's a 720 or whatever it is, more than that. So he's an absolute pro. He's a training animal, and, he can really run and work with the best of them. He's a special young man.
In terms of the Waffle guys we were talking about, who was something in particular really pushing?
Yeah, I think I spoke about it. The obvious ones: Crosier, Sheridan, Tabernar. Duffy did really well. Cole Sylvia's got a hamstring, just to give you an update, so he won't play for the next few weeks. So Morabito played really well. It's all those guys in the mix there. Alex Pearce, good young defender. Silvani's got a charge or something going on at the Waffle level, so we're working through that. Yeah, but they're the guys,
Just with Silver, did he do that in the game, or was it?
No, he did it at training.
Okay. Do you know how many weeks exactly?
Hamstring. What does your experience tell you?
Depends how bad it is.
That's the
Right.
point. Yeah, we're still getting on top of it. He did it yesterday, so I just thought with your medical degree you might have 21 days. Yeah, better a concussion. But,
Ross, how's Luke McFarlane training?
yeah, really well. I was pleased with his. Look, he wasn't perfect on the week. He trained fully yesterday. He'll train fully. He trained fully Sunday, Tuesday. It was yesterday, Tuesday. We trained really intensely. Yeah, he's up and about. We expect him to perform really well. So both teams will have changed a bit since last year. I don't think Johnson played against them last year. McFarlane got up late, so yeah. But specifically him, yeah, he's good. He's good to go. No excuses there.
What's been the feedback from the players of the past few days, going on the past few weeks, what performances there?
Players to me,
Yeah.
they give me a wide berth, mate. They don't want to engage me. They just stay away from me. Review's over. See you later. They just go. Yeah. We're on the same page. That's why we do a review. They talk. We talk. We loved our will to win and our desire and our competitive spirit. So that's a foundation for all performance. The rest just gets dragged along with it.
Have you been able to put your finger on why perhaps performances in the past two games haven't been up to the regular standard?
No, not particularly. It's a long season. Teams played very well. Some personnel issues, but yeah, I liked our performance, most of it on the weekend. They had 40 entries. 40 entries they had. We had 47, 48. So by the pure numbers, we win. And we should have won, and we did win.
Crowley's tagged Johnson at times and Selwood at other times. How do you decide which one he goes to this week?
Well, they're both good players. We'll make it a good week for Stevie. I think he'll go to Stevie.
Do you enjoy watching those battles?
I don't enjoy one ounce of the game day. It's just stay in the moment, concentrate. It's hard to be a theatre goer in my position.
Ross, what areas will you look to get most improvement from out of your performance this week?
Yeah, all areas really. I think they're very skillful, quick. I think attacking, there's 1 point separates us. Not many people probably know or want to acknowledge that, but they're 92, we're 91. So, and they're a solid defensive team, and we're a bit better than that. So, really, it starts with winning the ball. First quarter last year, we didn't win the ball very well. So they're a hard football team. We're going to have to be a hard football team. It's going to be harder for longer. That's really simple.
Do you acknowledge the rivalry? Geelong seems to make a lot out of the rivalry. Is it that big to you?
I'm not sure Geelong, the town, the Addy.
Yeah,
They have some nice headlines, don't they, the Addy? I don't think I'll pick it up down there this week. A lot of respect for their football club. Not because you want to give it. They've commanded respect over a long period of time with the way they've performed and won premierships and developed players and leadership. And they're a club of excellence and accountability. So we certainly respect that, but we're not intimidated by it. So we'll go down there. Two very good teams trying to secure, as you guys really rightfully talk about, a top four. position. So that's really what it's going to be about. The past is irrelevant, really. It's but there's been some, from my end, some really good games of footy. You know, like two final series against them. You walk down knowing we know what we're going to get down there. It's going to be fierce. So, but this is what you play for. We're not here to sneak around. You can't sneak your way to a premiership or a top 4 position. You have to earn that, and you've got to beat hard, fierce teams and not always at home where you feel comfortable. You've got to get uncomfortable, and you've got to get down there and you've got to get it done. So that's the aim.
You asked about Luke McFarlane earlier. Would he still be your best matchup for Tommy Hawkins?
Well, Dawson plays on Hawkins every time he plays. So that answers that question. Dawson always goes to Hawkins. They'll roll over a little bit, but Dawson has always played on Hawkins from memory, but I think I'm right.
Yeah, you're right. Played on Pozziati last year, but Hawkins didn't play, didn't
Yeah, we can't play if he doesn't play. Yeah.
Whenever
But I think the
people-
year before, yeah.
Alright.
And at the Saints.
Whenever people bring up the recent record between Fremantle and Geelong, Chris Scott seems to get a bit grumpy about it all, about past games and whatnot. What do you make of it all?
Well, I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
Just in recent times.
I've got to be honest, I haven't seen him get... If I was with Chris Scott, yeah, he's premiership coach. They're sitting second on the ladder. I don't think he's got too much to be rankled about.